Today, yes, it's based on our theme, Valentine's Day. Yes, this topic which is chosen is based on the theme. The topic is love each other. It is based on one of the, um, it is based on a couple who has been together for many years. They stayed very happily life, but they were not God gifted with money. They were gifted each other's love, but they were very poor. So every day the husband goes to work. He tries to build up his family. The wife stays at home taking care of the house, but there were no kids. So one day early morning, they woke up, husband was getting dressed for work, and wife was making food for him. The time the husband was about to get out of the door, the wife comes to him saying goodbye, but she had a request to the husband. She said, honey, can you buy me a hair clip? My hair is so long. I wish to put it up. The husband thought for a while, looked at her hair, looked at her, and replied. He said, sweetheart, today I have no money in my pocket. My watch is broken. I cannot fix that, which I really need for my work to reach on time. The wife didn't respond. The husband said goodbye and left. On his way back to home, he saw a watch store. He thought for a while that, let me go in and check what's going on in there. Well, what are the deals? So he planned to trade his watch for money. He was so happy to get that money in his hand to buy her wife that clip. He went to the clip store, got the clip, and went home. He was so happy that he will make his wife happy. So what he did, he called his wife and handing the clip over to him and said, sweetheart, now you can put your hair up and look pretty. The wife looked at her husband and smiled with a packet in her hand. She said, honey, I have cut my hair to buy you this watch so that you can be on time to your work. They were really touched with each other's love that they had. Therefore, my loving friends, just to let you know, money can buy you a bed to sleep, but not sleep. It can buy you a clock, but not time. It will buy you a book, but not knowledge. It will buy you medicine, but not health. It will buy you blood, but not life. It can buy you sex, but friends, it won't buy love. So the best ways to keep the relationship going on, I've got some tips. The tips are that don't be perfect, be the right one. Beware of his or her feelings. Don't compare with the presents. Never talk about breakups. Never talk about that stupid exes. When fight, don't let the days pass. When you get hurt, just forgive and move on. And very important, love each other. Thank you. I pass it to you.
It's always difficult for me to evaluate certain people. You know why? Because I wear my heart on my sleeve. Not only do I have these feelings of ebullience all the time, but I have feelings of fear all the time. And people know when I'm nervous, and they know when I'm feeling really good. And pretend for a minute that I'm your husband, okay? And pretend for a minute that you're my wife. Is that hard to do? If you're afraid to go on a hike, are you afraid to pretend? Because if I'm your husband, I really love you. The reason I do is because your voice reminds me of my own life. Yes. And your hair is as dark as her hair was when she was young like you are. I mean, it almost gives me goose pimples when I think about it. And that day that Grace accused you of locking eyes with me, not looking at anybody else. God, did I feel really good. Huh? Now, there have been times in my relationship with my wife when we were broke. Okay? And it was really disappointing. Almost as sad as having to put your dog down. When we couldn't really do for each other what we wanted. Yes, we had love. But sometimes you want to go beyond love. You want to really express yourself and be willing to pretend. Do you know what I mean? Talk to me. Tell me what if am I on the right track, or am I really totally wrong, and am I acting like a crazy old man? Well, at least I got her to laugh. This is good. Okay. Your speech was great. It was a beautiful retelling of old Henry's short story. Probably all of us had to read that, maybe the 5th or 7th grade, something like that. And the moral of it is profound. Two people sacrificing something that was precious to themselves for the other person. And the other person doing the same thing, and so the sacrifice is, in a way, being not even necessary. And it wasn't because of the profound nature of their love. I loved your ending, where you go through the litany of, you can buy a clock, but you can't buy time. This crazy old man knows that personally. You can buy a book, but you can't buy knowledge. You can't buy experience either. You have to live through it. Yep. You can't buy blood. You can buy blood, but you can't buy life. So true. Sex? Well, if you can get enough of it, then you don't need to buy love. And if you don't get enough of it, then you have to sublimate and figure out a way to make the rest of your life meaningful and caring. And then you went through the tips. And I don't have time to go through all the tips because I really want to get that blue ribbon today. And so I'm not going to go through that. I'm not going to be able to do this anyway. Vocal variety. Your voice is wonderful, sensual, and composed. But it didn't go up or down enough for me. The story is a profound feeling story of the relationship that the people had. Now, it is told in a way, the narrative itself, if you're not feeling the words, it's all on the same level. So I love the presentation that you did. I love the retelling and the narrative. I love the ending that you created yourself. Okay? You left the narrative of somebody else, you created it yourself, and that was a beautiful ending. But vocal variety, that's something you have to put love into it, and then it'll be your reward. Thank you.